So, Peach Patch, when it comes to my husband not liking me initially, he says that he was just talking mess. Like, he liked me, he was just talking mess. But me personally, I feel like that boy did not like me. But he eventually started to like me, and he was just the sweetest. Like, when we talked on the phone the first time, so rude. I told y'all what he said initially. When we gonna fuck? When you want to fuck? Boy, what? I'm a virgin. You know, and he had to approach me differently after that. During those 9 months of us getting to know each other, I thought my husband was just the sweetest thing. He taught me how to drive, let me drive his car, pick up all my friends, take us to the house store, take me to McDonald's, let me get a couple items off the dollar menu. He always been stingy and cheap with me. Always. Stingy and cheap. Anywho, so I say during our courting phase, he really started to like me, and I liked his values, and I liked what he presented to me, not knowing that that wasn't reality. Like, my husband's presentation to me was like, he come from a 2-parent household. His mom and daddy married. His mom owned her home. He didn't drink. He didn't smoke outside of woods. He used to freak a wood, but he did not smoke cigarettes at that time. He did not do any kind of drugs at all. And I like that about him. His core values were super similar to mine, and I could always see his greatness in him even when he couldn't. Now, my husband, on the other hand, was just young, trying to stay out of trouble and just messing with some of everybody. A young man from the hood. I will say, though, sometimes I go back over that thought process. Did this man trick me? But then again, I have to be fully accountable and say I tricked myself. I had a full ride scholarship to college. I've been knew about my husband's infidelities. We had got past that, right? When I was young. But when I got pregnant with Gregory McKay, I would say it was intentional on both parts. We have an argument about this conversation. He liked to say, you stop taking your birth control. Because I was responsible. Like, when I decided to have sex, I went and got birth control and everything prior to me even having sex. But as I was getting ready to go off to college, my senior year in high school, we know, like, this event is happening. I've been talking about this to my husband for about a year and a half. Like, I'm going off to college. I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to be a lawyer. Like, I'm going off to college. I worked so hard to get to that stage in my life. But as it was approaching, my husband started to be like, he said he gonna lose me. He said that I'm gonna go to college without him. What he gonna do without me? Things of that nature. So it made it where I didn't want to go off to college without him. I wanted to stay and be a family. I wanted to have a baby with him. So I stopped taking my birth control pills, and I told him that. And my husband, since his first child, has been super good at practicing safe sex. So we always use condoms. Always. Because we didn't want, no kind of issues. Well, when I told him that I stopped taking my birth control, he stopped utilizing condoms, and then Gregory McKay was conceived. And even with Gregory McKay, I could have still went off to college, but I wanted a family, and my mama also said that I couldn't take care of babies. I'm going to come back to that. She was like, you don't know how to take care of a baby. It's no way you're going to be able to take care of a baby. I'm going to come back to that. But anywho, so Gregory McKay was conceived intentionally, in my opinion. We both like to argue about it and be like, oh, you trapped me, I trapped you. But after having Gregory McKay, I remember on Gregory McKay's first birthday party, my husband and I got into a fight because he kept like being promiscuous, messing with all these girls. And I just was like super sick of it. We weren't really together, but he came to Gregory's first birthday party. Well, I invited my high school boyfriend. So in high school, I had my own boyfriend that I used to make out with, but he was a dog, so he wouldn't have been no better choice than my husband, honestly. In hindsight, looking back, he was a no good, dirty dog. But we used to just make out. It never got past that. He came to Gregory McKay's birthday because we had started back communicating. And when my husband left with his friends and me and the boy was out there talking, Wood happened to drive back past for some odd reason, and he lost it. And he beat my ass, to be honest. Dragged me down the street by my house, by my hair, just like went crazy. Where was the boy? The boy had left. Like, ain't got time for this. And that's when me and him went to have an altercation. I'm going to say this time I did not punch him first or nothing. He just like lost it. I think that was our third fight, if I'm not mistaken. But anywho, during that altercation, there go Mr. Underwood. During that altercation, he was dragging me down the street by my house. And when he was dragging me down the street by my house, he told me that he never liked me He just had a baby with me, so I wouldn't go off to college and leave him, and I'm gonna forever be his. How do you feel about that statement? Did you never like me? Why you put your hands on me like that?
When?
On Gregory's first birthday, when you rode back past the house and I was talking to that boy. Now you don't remember?
Where you was
At the house on Henry.
You was talking to somebody?
I was outside in the road talking to somebody. Me and you wasn't really together. You rode back past. You had left Gregory party, and then you came back by, and I was outside by the road talking to somebody, and you just lost it.
The boy was out now?
Yeah, he ended up leaving. He don't remember, y'all. I remember though. Even when I got a restraining order on Gregory, he liked to say like he don't remember things. But then when we get into like a fight, he'll like an argument. Y'all know white people call them fights. An argument, he'll say something that happened during a fight when he was supposed to not remember. But he said he don't remember. You wasn't drinking at that time. You sure you don't remember? Anywho, we don't fight anymore. But during that conversation, that fight, he told me those things, and that always stayed in my mind. Like, this boy don't really like me.
What boy you were talking to? I'm trying to find him.
Don't worry about it then. If you don't remember, I don't remember. You don't remember, I don't remember. Next.